Happy are those who dream dreams and are ready to pay the price to make them come true. For one of these two teams, Mid Canterbury and Buller, the Meads Cup in 2014 is 80 minutes away from their grasp. And co-commentary former New Zealand Sevens captain Carl Tanana.
Yes, good on, welcome, Ken, and everyone watching at home. What a joy it is to be here in Westport. I mean, the provinces are the life force of New Zealand rugby, and this is shaping up as a good one.
Dampney will lead the team from number 8, Duff and Smith. Quality second rows for them. Thau and Manu Iliwa in midfield are a big threat every time they get the football. Kuroi, Tamana and Connell on the wings, and of course their coach is Glenn Moore. This is their 15th time to the playoffs, Mid Canterbury, and they bring very good form, and their supporters are here in very, very big numbers. The great Sir Colin Meads, 1957 to 1971 in All Black, 133 games including 55 tests, and the Meads Cup in honour of his great legacy and contribution to our game, hosted this afternoon by the people of Westport in Buller, and their team is very, very consistent to the team that has been undefeated in 2014. McElroy, Ratu and Brownlee, quality back three. Stevens and Lash in the halves are expected to have a major say in determining the outcome of this game. And their coach, of course, is Craig Scanlon. Very warm conditions. Sideline today, former Tongan captain Willie Lawson.
Yeah, kia ora and good afternoon, everybody. Glorious day here in Westport. Ideal for running rugby. The ground is in perfect nick and the temperature hitting around the 16 degrees. Interesting because Buller won the toss and they will play right to the left. Mid Canterbury playing towards the bouncy castle.
Yes, both teams coming through the regular season. Of course, they had the semi-finals last weekend, and they were closely contested matches as well, which saw Buller and Mid Canterbury qualify for the Meads Cup Final in 2014. They had to get past Horowhenua Kapiti, 22-15, and then Mid Canterbury had to get over the top of Poverty Bay, 29 points to 22. Not a lot in the two semi-finals.
Oh, not at all, Ken. And Buller, as you said, going 8-0, 9-0 after that semi-final. They're the best attacking team in the competition, but Mid Canterbury, you'd have to say, defending champs won't go away lightly, and going away and winning that semi-final just underpins how good they are.
We're waiting on the Mid Canterbury team. They are the defending Meads Cup champions from 2013, and for the 15th consecutive time, this wonderful province from the heartland of New Zealand rugby qualify for the post-season. They are big and experienced up front, and they have some quality players and some excitement out wide. Mid Canterbury and the city of Westport, it's the hometown of Buller, but it has been a sea of green and gold every bit as much it has been blue and red, with the atmosphere, the environment, the balloons that adorn the streets of the town. It has been a wonderful build-up to kick off here in Westport as we wait on the home team, Buller. Their 9th time to the playoffs. They're undefeated, as we have been saying, in our build-up. Buller, just 5 senior teams and 100 senior players to pick from. The smallest province in New Zealand rugby, Buller. And what a tremendous season it has been for them in 2014. Gemma Ray is a local singer-songwriter who's worked and travelled in Australia and America. Selected to work with an American producer to release her first song last year, and is currently working on new music. You can find her music and details on YouTube, iTunes and Facebook.
God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Paul Williams from Taranaki in charge of this one today. He will be assisted by Alistair Payne and Vaughan Wiley. And Johnny Rice will do the contentious decisions.
Right, we're good to go. Bye, guys. Andrew. John. All yours. Enjoy.
I couldn't ask for better conditions to get the 2014 Meads Cup underway with Scott Neighbours.
Stop red. Two.
Tavita Ula for Mid Canterbury. Good defence, a good chase from Neighbours. A little short side play from Mid Canterbury, and the ball's gone forward.
Some big contact first up. A nice clearing kick from the Buller team, and then the Wheeler took it up strong, but Craig Moore, I think it was the one, showed his intentions early with a nice little shoulder there.
Like we spoke about. Okay, let's work hard on our first.
Really looking forward, though, Ken, to seeing this Buller team on attack. They are so good. They've scored over 280 points in this competition so far, so they do like to give the ball a lot of air. This 9-10 combination has worked so well for them all season.
Boyd. Stand up.
Andrew Stevens.
Boys, all happy.
Both halfbacks, Andrew Stevens and Jake Ashby, both selected in the Heartlands team to play games against the Cook Islands. And this final was a very good representation of the Heartlands team, and most certainly reflects their successful seasons in 2014, with in total 11 players from the final today selected in the Heartlands team for 2014.
Nine.
Two holds, off his wing Neighbours, and now Lash. They got some decoy runners for Ali, coming from fullback.
Green. Use that.
Now Stevens operating at first receiver. And Lash with a very quick tip on. There are chance down that left side. Buller, a very good start from the home team. Now Ellie. Aggressive defence from Mid Canterbury, but good continuity from Buller. Oh, it's an ordinary pass. Lash can't do much with it. This is Nabi Nivalu, the second 5'8", trying to make something out of a difficult situation. Lash has gone to the left side. It's been a pass that's not taken cleanly. It's been good, aggressive defence from Mid Canterbury. In this opening exchange, they're still their side of halfway, Buller. And now Craig Moore. Warwick Knox. Good defence, Mid Canterbury.
Yeah, great defence there, Ken. It was a nice start for those 8 phases for Buller, but in the end, just a bit skittery on the back end. Those last couple of phases with the handling there, Willie.
Yeah, I'd love to have a GPS on the open side flanker for Mid Canterbury, Gary Redmond, and that sequence of 8 phases that you called, Carl, he made 4 of the tackles. Big engine on the open side flanker, and he was there for the turnover.
Well, they're just showing why they're so good, aren't they, Mid Canterbury? Here it is, the front foot defence areas there, the number 7 going hard, nice around the ankles too. And that's what they need coming or playing away on Buller's home ground, and they need a fast start. And look at that hard work.
So Murray Williams, a very familiar face in New Zealand rugby out of Takapuna, 6 tests for Japan. Played for the Toyota team up in Japan, and of course some time with the Chiefs as well. An experienced player, Murray Williams. And a very important role to lead this Mid Canterbury team around. In 2014, he's a big acquisition for them.
Oh, yes, indeed. And he's already put this Buller team on notice that if you are ill-disciplined from 45 metres out, then you will get stung. So an early warning there from Murray Williams. Well done.
Just on the conditions down here too, guys, they have got a little bit of a breeze at their favour, do Mid Canterbury. They struck it beautifully.
Error from Buller. So they concede a penalty and concede 3 points, and then they kick the ball out on the full. Won't help them.
Well, they just haven't settled down into this game, have they, Buller? Feels like they're feeling it just a little bit. The home ground, they've worked hard. They're the favourites going into this one, unbeaten. And at the moment, Mid Canterbury, I know it's only early stages, but applying all the pressure. Park, 4 out to the left hand, 2 out to the right. So if they get a solid, stable scrum, look for the 8-9.
Ashby, Stevens, the 2 top halfbacks in the Heartlands Championship. It's a difficult scrum for Mid Canterbury, but they make the best of a difficult situation and retain the ball, and they try and keep it alive. They're just 5-6 metres in, and now they send their big man into the Buller defence. Ashby, it's a little bit wider for Dampney. Very good carry from Dampney. Now Ashby, Murray Williams to the line. It's a flat ball for Manu Iliwa. They try to keep it alive, but it's loose. They're just beyond the 22, Buller. It's a good attack from Mid Canterbury, but even better defence from Buller.
And it had to be, Ken, because they're under the pump. Where Buller, you can see a lot of hands on hips already. Had to make her a number of tackles, but that was a good attack there from Mid Canterbury. First there was the captain, John Dampney, with a huge run. And then the inside ball from the centre, Manu Iliwa.
Well, he looked up and he saw it was a prop that he was up against in Logan Mundy. And the number 8 and captain for Mid Canterbury, as you mentioned, Carl, what a terrific run. He is a dangerous player with ball in hand.
They haven't had the ball inside the Mid Canterbury half yet, Buller. And Jerome Va'e, the tight head prop, to throw the ball at line out time. And it's a very good win from Craig Moore. Now Lash. He has shaped a pass wide. Very good defence from Eric Duff. Trying to hold up the 580s. Retains possession of the ball. Good job, Lash. And now Ellie. Again, this Mid Canterbury defence is very strong, close to the ruck and maul. And now Nabi Nivalu shaped to kick. Now Lash. Moore had to scoop low, bumped off the first defender. Very impressive early defence from Mid Canterbury. Stevens.
Well, Stevens knew he had the penalty advantage, but I like Glenn Moore, the coach for Mid Canterbury. You can see what he's done with his team. He's put the defensive structures in place and trying to shut down the attack of the Buller team. But Willie, this Buller side finally starting to get a roll on.
And he's looking at the post at the wind, but maybe just outside the range. But they haven't really looked that comfortable, have they? It's slow, static ball. And that's what Mid Canterbury are doing so well. They're slowing the delivery of the ball out the back of the rucks. And they're just making a nuisance of themselves here. Andrew Smith, you'll see jersey number 5 there. He just flops in. And that's where the penalty is.
Thank you, too.
Jerome Va'e, who's the thrower at line-out time. He's a lone player from Tasman. They're on the 22 in very good field position. Their first visit down this end of the park. Blair McElroy from Darfield with the win at line-out. Now the drive. Good job, Buller Lash, with a right foot step at the line, and he's hitting a very good tackle and a drive over Mid Canterbury. Outstanding work for Mid Canterbury. They've got some numbers out wide if they can clear the boy Kuroi Tamana with a chip and chase. Jesse Alley can't take it on the full, but he sensibly lets it go inside the 22 for making a play. And now the quick throw. Fleetwood.
Yeah, they've got to come back. His foot was in the field of play, so can't take the quick throw and has to be in behind the line.
What about the hit from Tavita Ula on Lash? That was out of the top drawer. Boy, is there some feeling in this Mid Canterbury defence. Get a bit of that, champ.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Willie Glenmore has obviously identified that's where he's going to attack the Buller team and try and shut them down.
Jackson Donlan from Rakaya to the middle of the line out, and now Matt Groom goes forward. Fleetwood. Ashby. Murray Williams tries to put Daz. He puts the ball behind Lash, who's back in cover. James Lash gets good depth on the kick. Improves play to the 10-metre line. Nothing separating these two sides.
Yeah, no nonsense stuff here from Mid Canterbury, just hard defence. And then when they get the ball, they just kick it downtown. They've got to win, as Willie said, assisting them, so they're going to get the throw of the green there. Now they get some ball off the line out too.
Williams to the line, a couple of decoy runners, and then a good read in defence from Saunganga initially. Now Williams. It's a little bit of footwork, and there's a chance now. Kuroi Tamana, he's going to win the race to the try line and get the ball down in the end goal. Mid Canterbury, what a start.
Well, he's a noted try scorer, the second highest in the competition this year. Kuroi Tamana was a nice kick though, under a lot of pressure from the Mid Canterbury player, and it was pinpoint.
Amazing, isn't it? Made his debut as an 18-year-old from Ashburton College last year. The reason there was no winger in there because Saunganga actually came in to try and make the hit earlier. They identified no one in behind, and that's a lovely weighted kick.
He came from the experience. Murray Williams, the fence is right on. They try to rush him.
Williams needs the ball to bend around right to left. It won't. So 8 points to 0. Mid Canterbury in front of a largely hostile crowd have started well.
Well, the defending champs, you can see they just seem a lot more short at the moment, a lot more settled. They've been in this occasion many times, and they're playing very good football in behind their good defence.
Tamana. Straight away, Mid Canterbury, they've go long, so it's been a very clinical and professional approach to this from Mid Canterbury.
It's quite interesting, Ken. We spoke to Sir Colin Meads just before kick-off, and he said it's a pretty simple game. On attack, you get the ball and run straight on defence. You just smash the bloke in front of you. And that's exactly what Mid Canterbury are doing at this point in time.
I like the other point you made as well, Carl, that when he played test matches, he only took 30 minutes to warm up.
Luke Brownlee.
Stop, three, stop.
Stevens with a midfield bomb and a good catch in the air. Catherwood. Oh, there's a loose pass and onto it quickly. Nabe Nivalu. But Canterbury again, they pinch the ball and get a little bit of go forward for themselves. Dampney is carried strong. Dampney, but he's conceded a penalty. Buller needs some field position.
Oh, and they'll get it here because Blair McElroy did extremely good work and they take it quickly, exactly what they need here, Kev.
So Lash with the quick tap. Very good momentum going forward now for Buller. Stevens, Lash. Taione Ratu. This engages the middle of the Mid-Canterbury defence. Now Ellie with a catch and a right foot step to the line. Andrew Stevens, he's got options left and right. He goes left for Lash. He picks up more. Now Stevens, Lash, he's still on the left side. It's a second man play for Ratu. He promotes the ball in a tackle for Lash. Good continuity from Buller. Mid-Canterbury have been outstanding in the tackle ball area. They've conceded a penalty, but they've been abrasive and combative in the tackle ball area, Mid-Canterbury.
Yeah, well, they're hunting in packs, aren't they, Mid-Canterbury at the moment again. Gary Redmond in amongst it. The open side for the Mid-Canterbury team. But Buller, they look better when they play quick here, Willie.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the other difference is that James Lash is getting his hands on the ball. He's starting to dictate how they're going to play here. When he runs the cut up, they're a wonderful side, and so he saw that they weren't back to 10. The quick tap, he's now bringing in players, getting his forwards over the advantage line, and the reward here with the penalty.
And I think the secret too, as we see the penalty given away by the Mid-Canterbury side. They've got to let go there. They don't. They just lie over it. That's Jackson Donlan, I think, the hooker. Been away that penalty, but for me, Buller need to get it to their star players in the midfield. Nambani Valu and also Ravudra is a top try scorer in this competition.
James Lash. No problem. And James Lash, who sits on 122, now 125 points in this competition. He's had a very good year in 2014.
He's been outstanding, the number 10. Another Heartland player. I just like his combinations with Andrew Stevens, the 5-time Heartland pick member in number 9 jersey. So those two are going to be integral if Buller are going to get the win today.
Murray Williams goes long for Blair McElroy. Stevens. And he goes a bit wider for Jerome Va'e. Now Lash. Charge down. Offside.
Manu Naliwa, he's been pushing the boundaries a bit. He's been in line with me a couple of times, fellas, and out in the midfield there, he just creeps up, and on that occasion, he was caught offside.
He's an exciting player, though, isn't he? The outside centre for Mid-Canterbury. You can see him here. Just gets a little bit of a flyer, maybe a step or two in front, but it wasn't far away. But they're pressurising Buller, that's the thing.
Jerome Va'e for more. Stevens, Lash, Ratu. That's a good first phase from Buller. Lash. Put a little bit of pressure, some nice skill being shown. Now Ravudra offloads for Glenn Angus. Now Lash. Ellie, couple of decoy runners. That's a nice ball. Nobody Valu with a no-look pass back on the inside. The ball, was it controlled? Yes. 4 metres out. Good defence from Mid-Canterbury. Brilliant attack from Buller. Can they get the ultimate reward? They go to the left side. Lash double pumps the football. Nabi Navalu's close. Now the pick and go. Mid-Canterbury under pressure on their own line. Ratu with the ball. Naba Navalu. I've got no idea.
Oh, it's been called held up, I think, but what a sequence of play. It was a nice line and pass from Jesse Ellie. Coming in from fullback, the defence rushed up. He went through the hole and gave a nice release to Naibali Valu. run in the support, gave the fancy pass inside with the numbers, and it was juggled by McElroy, I think it was. But what a phase of attack. Here it is here after the initial play. There it is there, the nice little straighten, and the timing of the pass was the one for me from the fullback alley. The inside ball controlled there by McElroy. You would have thought he was going to stretch out. And from there they went to the left on a couple of occasions. But great scramble there from Mid Canterbury. Here's the back end of it. They get underneath. Andrew Smith and Jake Ashby, I think it is.
Terrific officiating, wasn't it? He made the decision immediately. He was in a very, very good position. And he said, no, wait, we're going back for the penalty, and they get the chance to close that deficit to 2. You're spot on, though, Carl. They need to get the ball into the hands of Ravundra and Naibai, Nambai Nivalu. They are game breakers.
Lash with the conversion. What an opening.
Yeah, well, they've settled down now into their work, haven't they, the Buller team? It has been a very physical one. Tavita Ula has been amongst everything. And they're laying it all on the line, as you'd expect, the last game of the season. You want to go home with the trophy. Who wants it the most?
Murray Williams goes short. Glenn Angus from the mighty Wanu Amata club with a good take in the kickoff. Now Ratu. Stevens. Lash. It's deep. The bomb for Connell. Good hands. Pressure from Saunganga. Good rugby.
Yeah, smart play too, you'd have to say, into the wind, so that ball was always going to hold up. And you're right, Willie, James Lash is starting to get in this game, control it for this Buller team, as you'd expect, been so good all season long. Now's the time for him to stand up.
Jerome Va'e for Glenn Angus at the front of the line-out. Transfer to the halfback is messy, so they're forced to regroup. Knock the ball on in the meantime. And a good result for Mid Canterbury.
I just feel they needed it. They've been cut out of position. Just recently had the Mid Canterbury team had to do a number of tackles. And finally they get a slight reprieve from this Buller team, who've really got into second gear now and starting to challenge. But this Mid Canterbury team also got some very good strike weapons out in their back line.
So there's the wide shot, giving you a look at the shape of the Mid Canterbury attack. All 6 players on the open side. It's only a narrow blind. So Jake Ashby, Murray Williams, Nete, Balthouse, a little wrap-around play, and then a ball over the top, Catherwood. Some sensible defence from Buller. Murray Williams, a little kick along the ground, and Kuroi Tamana again. He gets a good bounce. He's in for a double. The very smart and astute kicking game of Murray Williams.
Well, that's experience to the fore there with that kick again. They go to the well twice and it pays off for them. Setariki, Kuroi Tamana with a second dot in the final. But I just got to ask, where's the right winger here for Buller? The court short, 2-on-2. It's a slow turn there by Nobani Valu. But he's flying, is he? Kuroi Tamana. An emphatic push put down there by the left winger.
Saunganga is actually defending in the midfield. Carl, that's the reason why they've pushed Nambai Nivalu out to the wing there, and he just had not enough pace for this flying Fijian. 9th try of the year, 2 in the final. What a dream day.
Experienced players, played at the highest level. Murray Williams, a very, very calm and composed number 10 for Mid Canterbury. His leadership and his kicking and the finishing of this man on your screen. Kuroi Tamana, outstanding so far.
When you've got a guy like this, as you see, Ken, with all his credentials of playing test football, he's got a wider vision of the game. He can see in behind the front defence. And that's the thing for me. Twice he's stung Buller, who've been caught short in that aspect of the game.
And James Lash goes Long. Eric Duff from the Southern Club. Ashby. Murray Williams goes long. Jesse Ellie.
Oh, big mistake here too from Jesse Ellie. He had a mile of time, he had no one in front of him, and he steps over the line and kicks it out on the full to Mid Canterbury, prime position, just after scoring the try.
He kicked it straight to me, and that's the first one I've caught in years.
A little 1-2 play from Mid Canterbury at the front of the line-out.
Geez, I'm not sure about their call either, Ken, from Mid Canterbury. Your backs are on fire. You've got some good strike weapons. You just got to get the ball out to them, give them opportunities. Get the ball to your playmakers. For me, that's a huge let-off for Buller. Now they just need a stable scrum and a good exit to refocus. But they've got an interesting setup here in the backs.
They go to a more traditional look. Now, you know, a narrow blind for Buller as well. They haven't put any backs there. They're all on the open side. Now they use Ravudra to carry, then a cut-out ball. It's a pressure ball, but
well, it was a free play, really, wasn't it, for the Buller team? They were under the penalty advantage from the scrum. Andrew Stevens getting pushed over, which is not allowed by his opposite number. He's just saying to the referee, what's going on, mate?
I think he's targeting me.
if we were going to kick something at Willie Lossa, it wouldn't be a ball. Jerome Va'e to a full line out for Craig Moore at the back. Lash in shape to go wide and then goes to the line himself. It's a good carry from the number 10. But now Nabi Nivalu. We go back the left side, Buller. Stevens. Lash standing left, passes right for Ellie. He tries to put the ball behind Kuroi Tamana and in front of Catherwood. That's just good work from Buller. Catherwood. Lash. Nice job from Lash. Now Craig Moore, he's been prominent in the game today. So far the lock.
Too late. Formed over top.
Real discipline at the moment, Ken's really costing Mid Canterbury. They were deep in Buller's half. They gave away a penalty. On that occasion again, Richard Catherwood was attacked. There's no way he was able to contest for that ball and turn into a ruck. I like the look of Lash. Each time he gets the ball, there's something on. He's got his eyes up and looking for an opportunity to attack, and he does again. Combine it with Craig Moore. Here it is here. He's the tackler, Richard Catherwood. The ruck's formed before he can play that ball.
And Jerome with our 8. Towards the back of the line out. And now Buller with the drive. Jerome Va'e joins at the back. Mid Canterbury outstanding again in the contact zone. Mid Canterbury, they pinch the ball. Murray Williams. Ellie. Midfield bomb. How about that from Simon Fleetwood? Front rower. Good steal by Stevens. Outstanding work by Andrew Stevens. He wins the penalty. Lash with the quick tap. They're inside the 10. That'll be a full-arm penalty. as well.
Oh, you like the look of this tight head prop. Simon Fleetwood, the lovely catch. Firstly, he's not afraid to mix it up and getting involved in the hard stuff as well.
You had two on the side before playing it on the ground. Then you had a man knock back 10 for you, okay? I just want discipline. That's all I need from you, John.
Well, it's his 50th game, isn't it, Willie? The big number 3, Simon Fleetwood. There he is there, 115 kgs, the big man. Playing in this final, he's not going to be denied. Well, he's going to die trying, isn't he? Simon Fleetwood.
Connell was calling for the ball there. I heard it here. He's going, my ball, my ball. It was up in the air, and Fleetwood said, get out of the way. I've run this far, 115 kegs. I think he's a little bit heavier than that. He's having a terrific game, though.
There's a turnover. Hasn't this been a contest at breakdown? Mid Canterbury been strong in that area, and then Buller also with the captain Andrew Stevens getting amongst it.
Jerome Va'e for Craig Moore. That's been the go-to combination at line-out time. That's worked so well. We've got 4 clean line-out wins for Glenn Moore. Had a couple from Glenn Angus as well, and now Blair McElroy. Good strong carry. Songanga coming from the wing. Lash looking for runners in midfield. Good job, Ravudra. Stevens. Lash shaped the ball on the inside. Just trying to take those Mid Canterbury defenders on the edge out of the play. And now Va'e with a bit of footwork. Stevens. That ball goes behind, knocks. The Mid Canterbury defence is aggressive, purposeful and organised. Andrew Stevens, Lash, Moore with a little tip on Jerome Va'e. Stevens. Ratu. Buller building pressure. Patiently. Ellie. Nabanivalu drops the football.
2 knock-ons.
Oh, they were looking good, weren't they, Buller? Jerome Va'e doing some great work down that far side of the field. Running onto the ball, throwing the dummy, getting well over the advantage line, and then Nambani Valu just taking his eyes off the ball at the most critical time of the movement.
Some exceptional skills shown by the guys in the small numbers down this left-hand flank here. The footwork and the passing skills there. Look at Va'e. That was about his 3rd carry in that process, and they are really starting to gain some momentum here, but just let down there. Had a little Bo Peep, didn't he? Looked up before he had the ball.
Crouch! Boy! Sit!
Jake Ashby.
Stay on.
Nothing separating these two teams in the game so far. Murray Williams.
What a luxury it is, Ken, to have a guy like Murray Williams in your side. He's just so clinical, so assured, so steady in that exit play, and he's got a good boot on him too, getting the ball 60 metres downfield on the fly. What a good man to have in charge of your team, to lead them around the park in such a critical game.
Jerome Va'e, it's a full line out for Buller. It's Luke Brownlee, the veteran. Again, Songanga coming from the left wing. Lash. Craig Moore off that inside pass from Lash has been another go-to play now. He's switched to the left side. Again, there's a mix-up. Too many players, and now Mid Canterbury. They get gifted an easy possession.
Use it now.
Williams. Good line from Dampney.
No, Red. Stay up, feet only.
Good job, Buller. Warwick Knox.
Use it.
Ash. Ellie. Nice switches of play, Ellie, with a bit of skill to try to deceive the Mid Canterbury defenders.
John Dampney, the captain there for Mid Canterbury, turning that ball over as a tackler. So he had all rights to the ball, but I thought Buller missed an opportunity. They went to the left-hand side and the numbers were piled all out to the right. They had a 3-man overlap if they had got it there earlier.
It's a little bit predictable too, isn't it, fellas, from Buller? They need the pick and go. They need to try and bring some variation into the game at the moment. They're just going from side to side, phase to phase, and it's very easy to defend against. I'm sure that if they did the pick and go, if they did the offload, instead of going to ground and calling in players to actually blow over there, there's certainly gaps in around Mid Canterbury in that channel. I think the first and second channel.
Yeah, I think you're right too, Willie, and I think James Lash, that's why he's trying to use that inside ball just to hold the sliding defence of Mid Canterbury. They've got a huge right-hand blind if they're able to go that way and get a solid platform again. Look out for their number 8 also. John Dabney got the turnover, very strong run off the back.
Little 8-9 play to the long side, and now Catherwood just outside the 22. Eric Duff, Ashby, Williams, runners coming on the inside, a nice offload, tremendous play from Ula, the blindside flanker. Good ball play from Williams, who carries the game to the line and plucked out of the air. Can he get the ball down? He can. Manu Iliwa with a very strong finish. Mid Canterbury, 3 tries.
Murray Williams, outstanding in the number 10 jersey for Mid Canterbury. He's killing them at the moment. Oh, and have we got something here? The referee.
Alistair. No. You haven't seen anything there? Push and shove. Okay, try stance.
Well, just a push and shove after the try was scored, and it was a good one too, but Murray Williams making huge inroads with his running game. A nice dummy, went through the hole with the speed, and the timing of the pass was the secret. Good distribution from Ashby. He takes it up, takes it straight to, and then look at that pass there for the loose foot Wheeler, who takes it strong, sets it up, and it's a quick recycle. And again, Murray Williams in position. Quick pill. This is the secret. Just going for the miss pass, but then Manu Lewa just plucks it out of the air, puts it down, gets his name on the score sheet.
It's the Murray Williams show. His kicking game, his running game, and his pass selection. Even if he was going for Kuroi Tamana.
That was the missed pass, but he plucked it beautifully, didn't he? Midfielder, 30 years young, and his first try, their third. But it's at that crucial time too, isn't it, guys? Just before the break. You always want to score in that last 10 minutes before you head into oranges. And that's what Buller needed to do, but they've just conceded their third try. And I tell you what, the body language isn't looking too good at the moment.
Ash goes long. Eric Duff has had a good game today. Ashby for Murray Williams. He has well and truly been the conductor of the orchestra today. Murray Williams in the opening 35 has been tremendous as Lash. Now Ramudra back on the inside for Ali. Again, good hustle from Mid Canterbury as Kuroi Tamana attempts to go forward. That's a fresh maul. Ashby. Catherwood. It's a bit of width on the play. Not taken cleanly, but they do well.
Same thing. Round 9.
A bit of frustration here from the captain, Andrew Stevens. He knows his team's lost the momentum, hasn't he? Halfback saying hello to each other.
Same penalty as them, okay? Around the side.
A couple of bantamweights arguing over a piece of chewing gum. So the penalty has been awarded.
Just come over here for a second.
Good tactics by Mid Canterbury, isn't it? A turnover there, and it was the try scorer that did it as well. Manu Liwa. He ripped the ball clear. So just little basic mistakes from Buller. Really costly at this stage of the game.
Well, they're just tempting Buller to run the ball out, aren't they, Mid Canterbury? They're kicking the ball long and they're back in the defence and making their tackles, Willie. That's the one for mine. And they're hunting and packs are getting 2 or 3 to their tackle ball area, and they're able to challenge it. And Buller just a bit too slow with their support players.
Now those stats don't tell the story of Murray Williams' influence in this game today. It has been absolutely significant. Adds 3 more points to his tally. But his overall organisation and direction and execution has been outstanding.
Yeah, he really has been brilliant in this first 40 minutes. Murray Williams, by no means is it over for Buller, but for me, they need to score the next points, whether it be 3 or 7, preferably the latter, because it's getting very, very dangerous now.
Duff. Prominent contribution from him in this contest. Fleetwood. Very good at the tackle ball area today, Mid Canterbury. Murray Williams in the pocket, plenty of time, goes long for Ellie. Forced to run the ball back from his 22, another midfield bomb. Fleetwood's called for the ball again. The front row, and he's stripped of the ball by Lash. Stevens, left side play, Glenn Angus. Beyond the 22. Good hustle, good timing. Logan Mundy.
Well, they just look a bit directionless at the moment, do Buller. They're under pressure. Everyone's trying hard, but they're going as individuals. You can just see there in their last passage of play, they didn't know whether to take it up or take it wide. They need someone like Lash to just take control. I know he was caught up in that last ruck, but someone needs to step up and lead the ship for them at the moment. Bit rudderless.
Jackson, Donlan. He went long, and some nice set play. Eric Duff. Geez, had a good game today. Offloads for Ashby. Murray Williams gets a pass from a prop and looked like it as well as they go towards the open side, and it's good running from Brenton Connell. Now Fleetwood, Williams, cut out ball, Manu Iliwa. He's taken in a 3-man tackle to bring the big centre out. Williams to the line, a little double pump. Craig Moore tries to wrap him up. Trying to hold him up, Craig Moore.
And I'll come back for the penalty, guys. It was the number 8, Tairatu. No arms. He just put in a shot. And he's going to come back to where the assistant referee had seen it.
6 red, high tackle. Yeah, I do. 6 red, high tackle.
You're right, Willie. It's just that 5 minutes before the half, and I think if this is successful, it'll be 13 points for Mid Canterbury in that little stanza. You just can't have that in such a big game. It's just the attitude of which the Mid Canterbury are doing or going about their work, isn't it? Whether it be in defence, they're being hard, whether it's being in attack, they're running hard. They've got a support player always in both phases off their hip, and that's the secret at the moment. They're getting support players there early.
Murray Williams gives nothing away to the 14 number 10s in the ITM Cup. He's as good as anybody in the competition, and he's just reminding us today how good a player and how good a leader he is, Murray Williams. Not able to make good the kick, but his influence, he has been the individual personality that has stood out in the first half. Murray Williams, with his running game, with his passing game, and his tactical kicking has been superb. Murray Williams is downstairs with Willie Lusse.
Thanks very much, Ken. Yeah, Murray, summarise that first 40 minutes for us.
Our defence, we have a lot of pride in our line. They had a lot of the territory and possession, but when we had the opportunities, we took those opportunities, and that's what we've got to keep doing, because that win looks, even though it doesn't look strong, it is quite strong, so we've just got to keep going.
Thanks for talking to us, mates.
The outstanding Murray Williams, our thanks to him. And Willie Lusse, half-time here at Westport. 23 points to 10, Mid Canterbury over Buller. Wherever you are around the world, taking our coverage of the Heartlands Championship Final, the Meads Cup for 2014. Welcome back. We have seen an entertaining and a thrilling first half with Mid Canterbury making all of the play. Central to that, of course, Carl, has been the influence of Murray Williams. In particular, his pass and kick selection has been near perfect. The way down the left side is Kuroi Tamana.
Yeah, he was outstanding getting us started, and it would come from that guy Murray Williams with his kick under duress, and it was pinpointed and it needed to be from Kuroi Tamana. And again on the second occasion, Kuroi Tamana having too much gas on his left-hand side and puts it down with authority. He knew his team was on fire and had all the momentum.
Yes, and then this time have a look. There's a show of the inside, and then a beautiful offload in the tackle for Ula. And then he made himself available again on the left side. Lash, and look at this, and the ball plucked out of the air. Good finish.
Oh, it was an outstanding finish, and it was put down with authority there from Mani Nariwa. And by this stage, they were just on fire. Mid Canterbury with 3 well-taken tries to the left-hand side of the field.
A wonderful atmosphere here today. A good crowd on a warm day.
Well, the statistics don't really show what the scoreboard does, because Mid Canterbury, even though they've been behind in possession and territory, they've done better with what they've had, and that's been the secret. The turnovers conceded, well, Buller have made too many to this Mid Canterbury team. Penalties conceded also. Mid Canterbury, well, it hasn't really stung them because they've been the right end of the field when they have made those mistakes, but the missed tackles also for 4 might sting them in the second half, because I'm sure Buller would use a strong breeze, which will be at their back in the second 40.
When we come back, the second half of the Meads Cup Final 2014. Welcome back to Westport. Coach Craig Scanlon is with Willie Lussack.
And yeah, Craig, obviously not the half that you wanted. What was the message at the break?
Oh, yeah, no, Willie, we're a bit disappointed. You know, we're trying really hard, full of endeavour, but, you know, Mid Canterbury put a couple of good tries together. We're getting into our formation really nicely, but we want to get more direct in this half, more runners off our 9, try and target the inside of Redmond's shoulder. We feel that they're susceptible around that ruck area, so we want to try and fill some more in there. 1 or 2 phases of that, and then we can go wide. But we just need to try and drag in a few of their numbers.
How big an influence is this win going to be in the second 40?
Well, we didn't think it was that big an influence in that half. You know, we've got the breeze now, but, you know, we were camped down in their territory for quite large times. You know, we're loving the occasion. We just need to be a bit more accurate in this half.
All right, Craig, thanks so much.
Thank you.
John Dantney's been impressive. Eric Duff has been tremendous for Mid Canterbury. And the Buller team, Craig Moore has been outstanding. Lash has tried to be at his creative best. Stevens has been busy, but just haven't had the ball in the right end of the park.
Yeah, well, it's a simple formula for mine. Ken Buller, who here know there's only 40 minutes left in the season. They have to chase the game. They have to get into the right end of the field, and they have to score first for mine in the second half. Mid Canterbury, they'll want to be very much the same. Make their tackles, be very staunch in that side of the game. And when they get the opportunities, then go.
How refreshing for the Buller coach to tell it exactly how it is, that there are gaps in close. Let's see if they were all listening.
Lash kicks it low, and now Ashby straight away sends it back into the Buller half.
And Jake Ashby, he's been good too. He's been one of those guys, that halfback, who's just, it's always a nuisance. He's been hustling Andrew Stevens. He's always pressure on him. He's been nudging him. He's just a little nuggety guy. And his delivery's been good at the half back position for Mid Canterbury. Ashby.
Jerome A for Glenn Angus. And now Ratu. Stevens, Lash. Needed that ball to just stay outside the 22. And Richard Catherwood from the Methven Club.
Bring it back. Winger, bring it back.
This is where they need to be, isn't it? Buller, their throw. Just outside the 10-metre line in mid-Canterbury territory, so they need a good stable throw here where Jerome has been very good in that aspect today. The tight head.
Five-man line out for Jerome A. Craig Moore, he picks out. Now Lash, straight away for Ratu. It's a wraparound. Lash had to make a grab at the ball a second time and it went forward. This mid-Canterbury defence has been a real feature today.
Yeah, well, it's forced the passes, hasn't it? It's applied pressure on the Buller attack, and it's taken away their sting. They're all going across field. When they do, usually there's a man in front of them to give them the shoulder, and that's been the secret today, is put them off their game. Here is here, you got three players, little loop around. You can see he's just always looking at the defence, James Lash. And they come up and just give him a little nudge.
Terrific read from Murray Williams as well. He saw that and came straight through and put pressure on, forced the error.
Ashby. He's dropped back to the pocket and now to the line. Murray Williams, he gives the ball late and they charge down the left side. Manu Iliwa.
Well, it's the speed at which he attacks the line, isn't it? Here, Murray Williams down the short side. They fake to go the open. They stack the left, where Murray Williams and the lights were down that far side of the field. And they create the one-on-one.
Jerome A for Craig Moore. Lash, he's got runners coming on the outside. And they deliberately set a target in midfield. Stevens. Lash, he's dropped back a little bit deeper. He's picked out Catherwood. Midfield bomb from Catherwood. James Lash gets the ball and at the same time gets Connell offloads the ball and the tackle. Untidy, but they still retain possession. Buller. Lash. Murray Williams. John Dapney. Charges into the waiting Buller defence. Dapney. Ashby. Williams. Nete Thauthau is a return back up on the inside for Connell. And the ball's been turned over. Glenn Angus.
What a run there by the inside centre, Nete Thauthau. Just not long out of Ashburton College. 108 kegs, the number 12. But he's got a nice touch pass.
Jackson Donlan. Williams again, he goes to the line. They go the right side, they've got numbers available. Manu Iliwa straightens up, the pass is loose.
They're looking dangerous, Carltonana. Every time they have ball in hand, mid-Canterbury, they've got their forward momentum. It's quickly recycled ball. And Buller's defence has been asked some questions.
Yeah, Manu Iliwa is really starting to run the cutter out in the outside centres. His opposite, Juvra, is the top try scorer in this competition, but he just hasn't seen any ball. He's just getting outplayed at the moment.
Ashby. Good scrum from Buller. Not going to be rewarded, unfortunately.
Sorry, folding up.
They are, had the arms up the wrong way initially. So Buller are going to be rewarded for a very good effort at the scrum.
Oh, that is a great effort on their Buller front eight, and they needed it too. You can see the crowd is very tense. And that is a huge kick it. Oh, no. It's going to go dead. Huge mistake.
It's a killer for the 8 forwards who did so well to get the penalty. And James Lash just looked to try and get an extra few metres, and he's kicked it dead, which means we come back for the scrum. And a change coming up soon, fellas.
For me, this is big moments in the game here. Buller just hanging on for mine. Mid Canterbury, if they score next, going to be very tough to pin back. So for me, the defence of Buller has to be strong, has to be solid, has to be connected. They've got to make their tackles. Mid Canterbury, they're going to attack for sure, and I'm sure they're going to go to their midfield, who have been so successful so far.
Ashby Williams showed it. The 2 runners coming on the inside, and he's picked out Nete Thauthau. Ashby, Duff.
13 green. Entry.
Manu Iliwa. Came in the side door, not the back door, gets penalised.
It's going to be a short line out again. Players out in the back line. Tai Atu for mine has to get the ball in his hands. Just run straight. The big number 8 for Buller.
The 5-man line out, Jerome Va'e towards the back for Blair McElroy, and now inside ball for Ratu. Lash kicks the ball low, but directly to Koroi Tamana. And he's had a good game, sitting on 2 tries and a nicely placed kick from Lash.
It was coming at 100 miles an hour. It's the first thing he's done wrong. All day seta Koroi Tamana. It's a good option here from Lash. Put in that low kick in behind. Always going to be tough to take. No, lucky too, actually. Well, looks if he takes that guy obviously can get over the try line, but he's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Crouch. Boy. Sit.
Andrew Stevens. Lash to the line. Now big Navarro goes on the outside, and the ball coming back for Ellie's, not taken cleanly.
Oh, and that's disappointing because they manipulated defence perfectly. Had Buller, Rajuvra had done everything. He had made the defence come across, and the late cut was the right option. But Jesse Alley has to expect that, and that change being made, Willie.
Yeah, it is. No number on his jersey. It's Mike Lealava. But this pass here, KT, that's a little too hard in my view. That needs to be nice and soft. He's coming at pace, and he's the man that's been replaced as well. So that's the last play for Jesse Alley.
Oh, you're dreaming, Willie. Stick to the forwards. He's got to take that.
I always pop nice little passes for backs to run onto.
And while you're at it, get some here. Now, just inside the 10-metre line, Mid Canterbury. They've got a good position on the blind. Michael Lealava is a very good player who's just come on. He's gone to centre. And that has pushed Ravudra back to fullback. So the Buller team, they're looking for points. Now the tight here, Ratu gets a bit of go forward. And first receiver is Saunganga. It's a very good carry from Saunganga. They're into the 22, Buller. Now Stevens, Lash, Ratu. Good defence, Redmond. Stevens, Lash for Va'e. He's got a bit of footwork, Va'e. Now the pick and go. They're building nicely, Buller. They need to get something out of this. No halfback. Stolen by Mid Canterbury. One again by Buller. Stevens.
No advantage coming, guys. Play the knock-on.
Well, it's just been so tough with that tackle ball area, hasn't it? Mid Canterbury again sending a lot of numbers, but a comeback to the staunch scrum from Buller. Another tight head for them. This was a good run, wasn't it, Willie?
It's taken 10 minutes, and finally, Buller are holding on to the ball and they're setting targets. Earlier, they were just setting one target and then kicking possession away. Now they're in a really good dominant position, but they need to send in more players as well. That's the problem, is that you got a few chiefs in the forward pack, a few guys just looking instead of being the Indian and getting in and clearing the ball out.
So Nana with that strong run just parks themselves in behind James Lash there. Look for the inside ball, or they're going to go wide to their big men in the centres.
Andrew Stevens. Lash. Abe Navalu to the line. The ball is loose. Manu Iliwa. Not a player that Buller want to see with the football too much. And then a nice ball over the top. They're a chance now. Kuroi Tamana with a little grubber. Coming away with it. Saunganga and Ravujra will give them some penetration from the back. Lash. Too big.
Well, they're very lucky there, Buller, to get away with that one. It was a loose carry. As soon as Manu Niliwa got the ball, he was off. They just went the wrong way again. James Lash had the two props parked outside, and Mundy and Bai having a rest.
Touch it. It's on you at the front, and you're on the front. It's all about bring him over.
Full line out. Jackson Donlan, there's a bit of movement in the line. They go long. Dentney, Murray Williams showed the ball to the outside, goes to the line, just over the advantage line. Now the pick and go, they regroup nicely. Mid Canterbury, very good in the tackle ball area. Now Matt Groom over the advantage line. Good, go forward, high percentage play, pick and go, one pass footy. Fleetwood. Angus out of the line quickly, putting pressure on Dentney, forced him to go back the left side. Ashby. Fleetwood. Good defence. Ashby. Williams. Catherwood. Lost their way in midfield, Mid Canterbury. But they recycle the football. Kuroi Tamana offloads in the tackle for Andrew Smith. Ashby, Williams, picking out runners. Manu Iliwa to the line. A show and go, a good two-man tackle on the Mid Canterbury centre. And a penalty advantage as well. So Ashby pinches a few metres, and then Craig Moore.
Hey, Red. Yeah.
Well, very patient build-up there for Mid Canterbury. 11 phases, in fact. And in the end, indiscretion had to come.
Frustration, wasn't it, from the home side? And it was Tairatu again, just having a second go over the ruck that had formed. Mid Canterbury doing everything Buller's not, and that's holding on to possession, setting targets, and being patient.
Yeah, for me too, Buller's defence is just too passive, too reactive. It's going across field rather than straight in front foot. Their line speed's slow. Mid Canterbury just showing why they were champions last year. All their determination is really showing through in this game, and they're finding a way at the moment. They're just finding a way.
And Murray Williams keeps that scoreboard ticking over. He's been an immense figure in the game today, Murray Williams.
Oh, he has been a monster in that number 10 jersey. You can see him just talking, organising, directing. That's just what you want, a voice.
Canterbury. Another reception from a kick-off. Jake Ashby.
Now here's the mistake for mine. The Buller been waiting for deep in Mid Canterbury territory.
Another change coming up too, guys. Lewangai in jersey 18 replacing Latu in 8.
Well, they need something, don't they? They're coming into the championships round. 24 minutes left. They need something. They need it quick. Not insurmountable. The scoreline only 20 points behind. 3 converted tries. Gets them in the lead. If you're a Buller supporter, but they need something quick.
Jerome Va'e was looking for Craig Moore. The balls are hard for Stevens to deal with, but they regroup behind the ball. And Moore with the pick and go. Lash. Short ball for Naba Nivalu, but it's gone forward off a boot. The referee's okay with it. But this Mid-Canterbury defence, close in, has been outstanding today. But they have been so effective at the tackle ball area. And now Lewangai pumps his legs forward, trying to add some energy to the Buller attack. As Lash on the move, Michael Lealava with a ball over the top, down the right side they go. Buller, but again the Mid-Canterbury defence have got the answers. Jerome Va'e with a pick and go. Now a little bit wider again. Buller. Moore. Tavita Ula. Coming around left to right. Michael Alava gets away from the first defender. Taken by the next 2. James Lash now on the left side. It's an attacking kick for Ravudra. Can he get a good bounce? It's just going to bounce. They go with a quick throw. Good play from Connell and Catherwood. Little 1-2 play, Connell. Good rugby from Mid-Canterbury. They're going to be called for the forward pass, but they're giving us a game today.
I don't think they're inside the... I think they were inside the 5 anyway too, so very lucky here. They're just reactive, aren't they, Mid-Canterbury? Playing the game a lot faster, taking their opportunities. Here it is here, be interesting. Right winger, Connell takes it. He's inside the 5 for Mike.
And if Mid-Canterbury can hold on for the next 23 minutes, fellas, it's going to be their defensive effort that won the game. I know that we've been talking the impact of Murray Williams, but that defensive effort just on that sequence of play was unbelievable. Tackles have been made. They're aggressive at the breakdown, and they're forcing Buller into all sorts of problems.
Andrew Stevens. Lash. Amanivala, a little wrap around. Lash gets a return ball, and now Ravudra goes in and then out. And that Mid-Canterbury defence holds, so a pick and go to get some more phases restarted. Now, Buller. Quality time they're spending inside the Mid-Canterbury half. Naba Nivalu. Now Brownlee. Lash is available on the right. Their one eye to the line. And a big line up to the left side. Stevens now for Lash. Showed the ball. Lash couldn't pull the pass off. Michael Lealava is that first receiver. Shaped the kick and then gave a nice ball for Saunganga. Steps off the left foot. 7 metres out, Buller. He's on the ground. It's a penalty, almost a sin bin. Nete Thao.
I think he's made a huge difference since he's come on, the guy with no jersey, Mike Lealava. Nice right to left pass.
Just keep an eye on, sorry, Carl, just keep an eye on James Lash as well. He's trying to walk off a little knock that he had earlier, so he's just hobbling a little bit.
Jerome Va'e goes to the back of the line out for Buller. That was the target. Now they need a bit of go forward. They're 5 metres out. Buller.
Let's run.
It's the first warning from the referee. They need to get some go forward. Now they're 4 metres out, 2 metres out. They're into the end goal. Can they get the ball down? The referee says yes.
Is that Jerome Va'e? I think it is. The big number 3. He's been good all day long with the throwing. He comes up with the ball. It was well structured, wasn't it? From the Buller team, and he deserves this.
He hasn't gone looking for the 50 bucks. That's what I'm surprised about, fellas. There's 50, not under the post. He's got to go somewhere else, but he hasn't even gone for a look. But, oh, that was beautiful. I could watch that all day. That's how you score a try. You bring it down, you show a lot of patience. You put all the guys in front of the ball carrier. And Va'e, all he had to do was just control it, which is what he did here. The weight came on. Oh, that's beautiful. Lovely to watch.
Oh, they needed that. 26 points to 11, James Lash. Very close in the first half. That'll do it. The crowd will tell you.
Duncan and Maristhorn in jerseys 17 and 22 as well, fellas.
Well, that's the injection they needed. Buller, the home team, back, and they brought the crowd into this game also. Now, can they ride the momentum? You see there, it's still a long time to go. 18 minutes, in fact.
Williams. Moore's been tremendous today. Jerome Va'e, gee, that footwork is agile for a big guy. Jerome Va'e. Lash, a bit of footwork to get away from the chaser, then sends the ball long. Catherwood. Manu Iliwa with a little grubber kick. Michael Lealava'a looking for a bit of space. Lealava'a puts the ball behind Kuroi Tamana. They run the ball out, then change his mind. They come looking towards the open side for some vacant space. But Canterbury, Catherwood does very well. Now Ashby. A little tip on down the right side for Nete Thao. He's got player on the outside. Good pace from Connell. What a finish. And what a tremendous setup. It was a well-placed kick from Lealava'a. And it's Mid Canterbury that scored the try after they set up a beautiful counter-attack left to right.
And it started from their fullback, Richard Catherwood, under huge pressure. Got them going forward. He bought time, waited for his support. And in the end, Brenton Connell was the one who gets a reward off a nice pass by Nete Thao. The number 12 for Mid Canterbury. There's the setup from Richard Catherwood. They take it to this near side of the field, and watch the big number 12 there, the inside step, the power off the left hand, and the speedy had options inside and out, and he picks the right one on Brenton Connell, who hits it at speed, and that's the one that gets him past the defence. And is that the exclamation mark for Mid Canterbury?
A sign of a good team is after they've been scored against, they strike back, and that's what Mid Canterbury have done. It's taken a lot of wind out of the sails of the Buller team, who is starting to get back into this match, and that fourth try was a killer.
.14 and 15 and 11 for that matter, working in perfect tandem in the backfield, and they constructed a try. Here's the end of it. Thao with a little bit of footwork, a left-hand fend, and that's counter-attack at its very best. Lash for Eric Duff. Murray Williams with plenty of time. Rudra. Midfield bomb, and there's a front row underneath it again, and Ravudra lines up Fleetwood. Well, we've got one front row out there that's got the footwork of a 5'8".
Leave 13. Leave it.
We've got another front row out there that's got the catching skills of an AFL player.
Oh, the new age game, isn't it? Look at him. He's been good today, Simon Fleetwood. His 50th game for the province, doing it in the final. You can see he's hurting there, but he's given everything, and that's all you can ask for. The tight head prop, Simon Fleetwood.
These are apprentice builders, electricians, miners, farmers hands. These are amateur players in the most important game of the season for proud provinces, Mid Canterbury and Buller. In the greater scheme of things, these are very, very small provinces in our game. They get their opportunity on the big stage for the Sir Colin Meads Cup. Himself, a legend not only of international rugby and rugby player of the century in 1999, but he also played 17 seasons for the mighty King Country as a Heartlands player. It was a real pleasure and privilege to catch up with him before the match. There's the great man in the stand. And he's well aware, and himself he told us how humbled he was to be here when it's all.
Oh, most definitely. Sir Colin Meads. All Black number 583. What a pleasure it is to talk to him, too, Ken. But what I love about this game and these guys playing in front of us is they play with heart, and I'm sure that's a lot of other provinces and higher echelons could take a lot of note out of. It's the way they approach the game, the way they play their game. I think it's outstanding. I just love it.
So Andrew Stevens goes the right side for Naba Nivala with a good run down that right side. Jerome Va'e at first receiver. This time just throws the hip into the defender, Jerome Va'e, but he concedes the penalty. They're down by 20 and less than 14 on the clock.
Willie Luce, I know you're an ex-flanker, but this technique was outstanding, wasn't it?
Impact from the bench, wasn't it? Tolu, a big loose head prop that's just come onto the field. He got his body over the ball there, had all rights to it. And I'm going to give another plug, guys, to Gary Redmond, because on that break there, he beat the first defender, but he didn't beat the second. And here's big Tolu, Tokulua Tolu. As we see another change being made as well, fellas. 19 on for Buller and Reece Burton, and he's replacing Glenn Angus, who's been very good today.
Control, boys, control. Go ahead, boys, control, mate. Smitty. Cool. Come on. 7, 1, 2, 4.
It's a full line out towards the back for Andrew Smith now. Williams and a cutout ball for Catherwood. And now Mid Canterbury with some momentum going forward. Murray Williams has got plenty of options. Chooses the deep one in the form of Connell. Still got plenty of time. He's in good form, Connell. Tackled by Knox. Now Murray Williams for Andrew Smith.
In position again, grab to it. Reload.
Williams. Pressure on him from Michael Lealava. Offloads for Jake Ashby. Manu Iliwa down that left side. You can feel the sense of excitement in the Mid Canterbury team when he gets the football.
Second one here. Offside, no number.
Michael Lealava called for being offside, putting that pressure on Murray Williams.
Change the front row for Mid Canterbury as well, guys. Visi Siop going on for the AFL player, Simon Fleetwood.
Three green.
Well, he's most certainly been one of our personality players today, Fleetwood. Not often you see a tight head prop take 3 bombs on the full. Very comfortable doing it as well. Mid Canterbury with a little pick and go just inside the Buller 22. And they've been very good in the physical exchanges. Mid Canterbury. The tackle ball area, their counter-rucking, their desire and their endeavour chasing the football down has been one of their real features today.
Yeah, they really have made a statement in that physicality stakes, haven't, and it's sent the benchmark for them. And that's what they've launched off that strong platform. And that guy's been at the forefront, Gary Redmond. He's been good today all over the park, challenging at every work. The number 7 for Mid Canterbury.
Time to just have a go, isn't it? No point kicking, looking for territory. You got to throw the sink and the whole house and everything at it now. So expect to see something special, hopefully here from Buller in their own 22.
Well, they have to, don't they, Willie? They're trying to keep their unbeaten perfect season alive. Buller, time is going to be of the essence, coming down to 10 minutes left.
Boys! Come on, everything! Sit! Hold, boys, hold! Hold it!
Andrew Stevens. They need to have a go from here. Lash gets them some field position, puts the ball behind Kuroi Tamana. A perfectly placed kick.
You don't mind that, and the fact that it gets them down the right end of the field, but Mid Canterbury is just going to slow the play down. And here come the replacements for them, Willie.
Yeah, 18, 19 and 20 on guys. Bonington, Magoon and McKenzie replacing Smith. The halfback Ashby, who's had a terrific match, and also the try scorer Kuroi Tamana is also done for the day.
Ashby. Blair McElroy. Stevens. Lash for Craig Moore. And Lash. Kick along the ground is for Lealava'a. Again, Catherwood, he's been very good today. Brownlee wasn't allowed to make a play at the ball. Murray Williams sends Duff to the line, and now a wider ball on the left side. Good play from Mid Canterbury. Good. Now they come the left side. Duff for Redmond. Good play out wide. Bonington. They go back the left side to pick and go from their bench players. Have added impetus. They concede the penalty though.
Hold it on. There you go.
Lash. Willie Magoon back there in jersey 19. He'll be very familiar.
That was a nice pass, wasn't it? Out to the rangy Tavita Ula. There's no way he was going to step. He's going straight over top of someone. The big loose forward.
Mid Canterbury starting to enjoy themselves now with the football. Not sure about Thouthow's pass.
Yeah, that was loose there from Nete. The second 5 has been good today. I just like what Mid Canterbury have done. They've bought into their game plan. Now, tries will win your games, but defence will win your finals and championships. And for me, that's what Mid Canterbury have done under Glenn Moore and Grant Keenan. They've come here with a plan defensively to upset the much vaunted attack of Buller, and it's worked for them today. They've gone forward in every aspect, and for me, they're going to get the plums. They've played well. They've done it together.
Well, they've come into enemy territory in large part Mid Canterbury. They're the defending Meads Cup champions from 2013. This is their 15th consecutive season that they have made the postseason since we have introduced finals. And they represent, as does Buller and the other teams in the Heartland Championship, such an important part of not only the history and the future of our game and its existence, and the volunteers that are involved in the game are the reason why we have the elite game at the top level, because of the effort and the endeavour of people of Sir Colin Meads and those of his ilk, and they are here in big numbers around the Heartland competition. There's a Buller looking to get something positive out of this game. It's a second man play for Glenn Duncan. He's driven back by Visisio. Nabini Valu for Ravudra. Stripped of the ball in the tackle. Redmond again does work. It was Redmond who ripped the ball out.
Boys, that was stripped the first time from Green, knocked on by Green.
Well, Coach Craig Scanlon spoke to our colleague Willie Lossay at the half, and he looked for accuracy, and that's where Buller really fell short today. But some more changes are made here, Willie.
Yeah, Duncan on in jersey 17. He's a big unit. He's going to the front row, and also jersey 21 is Craig Adams going into halfback.
Well, Luke Brownlee, Phil Beveridge. Phil's 41 next Friday, just come on to that front row in jersey 17. Brownlee's 34 years old and with a tremendous record today, being his 144th consecutive. They are our game. These men as lash to the line, and then a set play with some decoy runners, and then the ball is made available in the tackle. Buller 25 metres out. Adams, and then Craig Moore. What a warrior he has been today, the veteran. Craig Moore from the Reefton Club. Michael Lealava'a, again looking for Solnganga, close to the touchline. Glenn Duncan with the clean out. Now Craig Adams waits. Mid Canterbury, very good. They are finishing the way they started, with accuracy, aggression, and organisation in the contact area.
Well, Mid Canterbury have come to this game with an attitude, and that's what I like about it. A chip on their shoulder, and they're going to finish with a flourish.
Can't take a second one quick. Can't take a second one quick. Offside.
But they've been physical. Turnover there by Tolu, the replacement for Mid Canterbury. I just like the way they've gone about their business today.
A couple of changes as well for Mid Canterbury, guys. Thatcher and Walker on in jerseys 21 and 22. And replacing Thaldau and Connell.
What a performance from Mid Canterbury. Smith, Redmond, Dampney, Ashby, Brenton Connell, all selected in the Heartlands team. John Sharp, the hooker who didn't play today from the Rakai Club, he's also been selected. And of course Murray Williams, what an acquisition he has been for them, a quality player. Redmond has been outstanding today, gets belted on the advantage line as Will McKenzie playing halfback gets them going down the left side, and Willie Magoon can't get a clean ball. But offensively they have been superb, and that's reflected in their 33 points. Defensively they've been near perfect, conceding just 13, 6 of those in the first half, and just 1 converted try in the second half. At the tackle ball area they have been superb. Tackle wise they have been brilliant today, Mid Canterbury.
And then the physical stakes have been outstanding. That's where they really did win this final. And all the stuff that you highlighted, Ken. Along with that went the physicality, both in attack and defence. And they've wanted it more today. Mid Canterbury, no one's going to deny them that.
They've been well coached with a good game plan in front of a hostile crowd, and they've saved their best for last. Mid Canterbury, an outstanding performance defending the championship as James Lash. He's tried hard, been under all sorts of pressure. He's been a target And Craig Moore, what a warrior he has been today as well for the team. They just got off to a bad start in Mid Canterbury. They were up for this game today. Ravudra. Adams. And that ball lost forward by McElroy. Now Tavita Ula, what a game he's had today, the blindside flanker for Mid Canterbury. Another left side play. Is there another try in them? A good field position. Oh, Matt Thatcher.
And I think it's fitting, Ken, that that turnover was created by another huge hit in defence by Mid Canterbury, which gave him opportunity to go down that far side of the field. And, well, Murray Williams, will he have the last say in this Meads Cup final? And those guys there, we had a lot of supporters around town and come down with them to Mid Canterbury. Have Mid Canterbury, and, well, they've deserved this win.
They've played the right tactics, haven't they? First half with the breeze, they asked questions of Buller and just played territory, took their opportunities. As Murray Williams told us at the halftime break, they had 3 opportunities, they took all 3, and in the second half, when Buller looked dangerous and looked like they were coming back, they took the air out of their sails by scoring immediately after they conceded a try.
It's been said many times, you have to lose one to win one. And if the disappointment and frustration of not getting the desired result today can be a driving and motivating factor for 2015, they can do anything, Buller.
Oh, no doubt. They can keep their heads held high, that's for sure. We'll be 9-1 at the end of the season. They fell over at the last hurdle, have the Buller team, but they can be very, very proud of their efforts. A lot of players in the Heartland team. And they'll go on, as you said, Ken, the bigger and better things. They'll remember this, no doubt about that, and I'm sure they'll come back stronger in 2015.
Mundy, Moore, Stevens, Lash, Nubba, Nivale, all selected from Buller for the Heartlands team. And John Dampney, he knew that it was full time. And there it is, they defend the title they won in 2013. They're going to go back-to-back in 2014, Mid Canterbury. In all aspects of the game of rugby today, they have just been outstanding. Offensively, defensively, their kicking game has been superb. Pass selection, and there have been a number of standout players individually, none more so than Murray Williams, who really led from the front, but they thoroughly deserved their win. A tremendous year for Buller. They're not going to get the crowning glory they were after, but nonetheless they can reflect on a wonderful year for them in 2014. Mid Canterbury, back-to-back champions.
Well, Mid Canterbury outstanding. They deserve all the plaudits. They come here in hostile territory. The ecstasy shown on their faces, and Buller, unfortunately, not their day. But Mid Canterbury weren't going to be denied.
4 tries to 1, 36-13, Mid Canterbury, your champions for 2014. What a grand occasion. Mid Canterbury going back-to-back. Defended the title they won in 2013, getting up to win in 2014, 36 points to 13. Willie Losse will host the official presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we have a big warm Buller round of applause for the 2 wonderful teams and the spectacle that we witnessed this afternoon, please. Behind every great man is obviously a greater woman, so to the wives, the mothers, the partners that have endured the season with them, we say thank you for your patience and your understanding. This is really what rugby is all about, coming down to this level, and it's an absolute honour to be here. I've got some distinguished gentlemen here on stage with me as well. Can I introduce David Rhodes, who is the Vice President of New Zealand Rugby, Needs no introduction at all. Sir Colin Meads to my immediate left. Michael Backhurst, the Territory Manager from Tasman Insulation of New Zealand. David Rhodes is up here, so is Eric Westergaard and Graham Broker. So, gentlemen, thank you for your time. Can I now please, I know that you wanted him to be coming up as the winning captain, but unfortunately it wasn't your day today, and so if the captain, Andrew Stevens, could come up to stage, please. Andrew, obviously, firstly, commiserations, not the result, but 9-0. You must have been confident coming into today.
Yeah, we were, Willie. Too many errors for us, but credit to Mid Canterbury. They played in the right areas and took the points when they were there, so pretty disappointing.
Too big a deficit in the first half, was that the problem?
Yeah, well, we thought we could get back in. We just needed to strike early, but we couldn't get over, so that's rugby.
Yeah, it is. Well, keep your head up, mate. You've done yourself proud, and as our commentator Ken Laban said, sometimes you've got to lose them to win them, so we look forward to seeing Buller back next year bigger and stronger. Can I now get the guys to come through, please, to receive their medals? Logan Mundy, Warwick Knox, Jerome Vai, if you just come through, guys, please. Thank you. Glenn Angus, Craig Moore. What a performance from Craig today. Congratulations, Craig. Blair McElroy, Luke Brownlee, Tai Ratu. Andrew's got his. James Lash, congratulations on the points this year as well, James. Benjamin Nambai Nivalu, Isia Ravundra, Serafanu Saunganga, Scott Neighbours, and Jesse Alley too, please. That's the plain 15. Glenn Duncan, Phil Beveridge, Iseli Liwangi, Reese Burton, Mike Lea Lava'a, Craig Adams, and Sam Maris. If you could come forward as well, please. James, just as the team comes through, what about this crowd here today, mate? How much does it mean to the guys actually playing at home?
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. It's been good all year. It's something that we've had a lot of pride in putting it back to the community. So to get the crowd we've got today, it's bloody awesome, and thanks a lot for coming along. So,
thanks, James. Nice talking to you. If the management can come up as well, please. Craig Scanlon, Craig Neal, Andrew Duncan, Robin Abby, Robin, Pete Casey, and also their technical advisor, Nathan Thompson, please. Thank you. Rugby doesn't exist without people that dedicate a lot of time, and the officials today, I thought you did an outstanding job. So, Paul Williams, if you could bring your team up, please. Assistant referee Alistair Payne and Vaughan Whitey, and also the TMO who didn't do anything today. Come on up, Johnny Rice. And John Dampney from Mid Canterbury, if I can get you on stage, please. John, congratulations. Describe the emotions going through the mind and the body at the moment.
Oh, they're pretty awesome feelings, and it's a wicked feeling to do it 2 years in a row, and full credit to the boys and everything. And but firstly, just like to congratulate Marmite and all his boys. You guys have had an awesome season. You've brought a lot of respect back to your community and to yourselves, and that. So be very proud of the way you guys have gone and handled yourselves. So well done. To the ref and that, thank you. You guys controlled it awesome. Cheers. To all our supporters that are here and everyone back home, you guys have been awesome this year. You've stuck in behind us, backs against the wall at some stage, and you guys have still stuck in with us, so thank you. Cheers. And to everyone back at home, we'll be at the tab tonight from about 9, so we'll see you there. Firstly, to Growler, you're awesome in what you've done for this team. You've brought a lot of belief back in and made us believe about ourselves, so you've deserved this, and this one was for you, and we wish you all the best of the Blues. Nextly, to the management and that, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Run us into the ground, but this is what it's all about, and awesome. To the boys, so stoked and proud of you, to come out here and do what we've done today and put it in for the last 4 weeks. It's been awesome, so well done, and woohoo!
Well done, John. In short, it was awesome. Now we'll get the players up onto stage. Matt Grom, Jackson Donlan, Simon Fleetwood. Lovely catches as well, Fleety. Terrific game, mate. Well done. Eric Duff and Andrew Smith. Tavita Ula, Gary Redmond. The captain is here and he'll stay with me because he's going to get the cup in a moment. Jack Ashby, Murray Williams, Neta Thaudau, Penny Manu Niliwa, Seta Kroi Tamana. Do you know these names all right, John?
Oh, we do now.
Brenton Connell, Richard Catherwood, and to the reserves, Dominic Visisio, Tokolua Tolu, Logan Bonington, Willie Magoon, Will McKenzie, Matt Thatcher, and Josh Walker, please. And the outstanding coaching led from Glenn Moore. Glenn, if you could bring the team up, please, along with Grant Keenan, Jeff Frew, Tony Harrison, Rob Reitman, and Scott Puckett. Come on forward, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience and your tolerance. There's more cable. Sir Colin, your assessment of that final?
Oh, it was terrific, but Mid Canterbury were just too good.
Short and sharp, just how we like it. Thanks, fellas. Congratulations. Well done. The smiles pretty much say it all, and I think it's only appropriate that Sir Colin Meads now hands over the Meads Cup to the defending champions. They've gone back to back. They are your 2014 Mead Cups champions, Mid Canterbury. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Success is the prize for those who stand true to their ideals. Mid Canterbury, they knew they had the plan established in 2013. There might have been a couple of hiccups in 2014, but when it all mattered, it came right for them on the biggest day of all, the final. They go back to back, as we have been alluding to throughout the game. They thoroughly deserve their win after qualifying for the postseason 15 consecutive times. Mid Canterbury, they're now two-time holders of the Meads Cup, and how appropriate also that the great Sir Colin Meads, our greatest ever All Black, and recognised around the world, is here in this cup in recognition of his enormous legacy and his enormous contribution. And the young men of today share with the men of yesterday, and it has been afternoon footy at its very, very best. Two wonderful provinces from the heartland of rugby in New Zealand. They don't spend enough time, in many of our views, with the exposure and profile that we can give them, but nonetheless the game is in good heart. From the home team, Westport, and here the Buller team, they've had their own fair share of challenges with the closing of the mines and an uncertain future with the cement works. And this team in this province, in this area, is so important to the heartbeat of this local community. And disappointment in the result today. One of Mid Canterbury's outstanding players, Richard Catherwood, the fullback, is with the Willie Lucy.
Richard, that smile pretty much sums up how you're feeling.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just so proud of the boys to come over here. It's always tough going away. We've had to do it for the last few weeks, but we've really dug deep. We've stuck to our patterns, and hey, this is the result.
The confidence last week after beating Poverty Bay, I mean, was that the start of it?
Oh, I think it started a few weeks ago. We actually took probably a lot out of the loss to Buller. and that was probably a turning point. We actually believed we played some really good footy that week, and we've just gone from strength to strength. But definitely last week, after going to Gisborne, it took 3 flights to get there to get the team, and then, but it just brings us closer together, and obviously you can see how we put it together on the field.
The tactics in the first half, obviously they were exactly how Glenn wanted you to play the game.
Oh, definitely. We did our homework. Obviously, we got a couple of tries, putting those wee ones in behind. That was all planned. It was talked about. And obviously the boys up front did their jobs, and then we just defended our hearts out. So
the big turning point in my view was after they scored a try, you hit back straight away. I mean, were you panicking? Because it seemed that Buller started to get some confidence after they'd scored.
Oh no, you definitely don't panic. We knew we had that lead, but we just got to keep to our structure. And we did that, and we just kept attacking, and obviously the holes appeared. So yeah.
What does it mean to you personally to go back to win the title yet again?
Oh, it's probably a little bit surreal just yet, but once we get home, have a good night tonight, get to the Methven Rodeo tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens Monday.
Congratulations on the victory and your performance, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, tremendous from Cathwood. Our thanks to Richard for his time today. There are scenes of happiness and joy here, as you could imagine, on final day, the biggest day of the season for all our teams as they celebrate their success. And another player who was outstanding today, Penny Manu Iliwa from the Southbridge Club, is with Willie Lossett.
Penny, firstly, Buller, and congratulations. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. Feel good. And look, I'm being proud for the boys. Feel good. All the things we've been doing. Fitness, you know, we got something in the tank.
And did you feel confident that after you went to the break where you were ahead by 3 tries to 0, did you think you'd done enough?
Yeah, I think we've done enough, and the boys we've been talking about, we keep on going, what we're doing.
Talk me through the try. I don't think you were supposed to get the ball, but you reached up high. What do you remember?
Oh yeah, I knew it was supposed to go out wide. I just coming in, I saw the space and scared the ball and go straight to the try line.
Well, congratulations and thanks for talking to us. Vinaka.
Thank you.
Indeed, Buller Vinaka, Penny Manu Iliwa, and what a contribution the Fijian communities are making to rugby here in New Zealand and around the world. They have set our competitions alight. They're exciting to watch. And 36-13, we've just seen Mid Canterbury defend the Meads Cup and go back-to-back champions. Tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, the Lahore, Sir Brian Lahore. We talk about the great Sir Colin Meads, North Otago and Wanganui tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 live, and of course exclusive on Sky Sport. More Heartland rugby to come. 32-24 last night, Manawatu. Congratulations, Jason O'Halloran and the team last night getting over Hawke's Bay in a thriller. And our coverage from Taranaki begins at 7 p.m. tonight. What a Cinderella story that is for Taranaki and Tasman, getting over the top of Auckland and Canterbury respectively. 2 teams, neither of whom have ever won the ITM Cup, get their chance to play in the final for the very first time, and one of them will be crowned champions at 9:30 tonight. Good luck to both those 2 teams in the final, and of course in tomorrow's Heartlands final. What a day it's been here at Westport. 36 points to 13. It has been Mid Canterbury over Buller.
The 2014 ITM Cup was proudly brought to you by the Tui Brewery.